Okay, morning class again, and again we'll come to the School of NPs and NSSP. Today we will discuss a very important topic on the Indian polity, that is the fundamental rights and duties. Okay, so it's a very common topic, and you have to see. You have to prepare from the mains point of view. Okay, not the prelims, but mains point of view. Listen very carefully. We often hear rights and duties. You got it? Rights and duties, often asked in NPSC. So, see, which is more important according to you, class? Rights or duties? Which one is more important? See, listen very carefully, okay? It's very easy. Try to get full marks here. Rights means something given to every individual for enjoyment. By who? By the state. But duties means something an individual should give to the state. This is the difference. Too important. Rights means for you, for every one of us. For every individual, for personal enjoyment. Duties means something you give to the nation, to the state. Take the example, respecting the national flag. Respecting the national flag and anthem is a fundamental duty. Okay, but if I say rights means right to live in liberty, you have the right to get married. You see? Personal choice. Personal choice. You have the right to get married. So these are too important. See, fundamental rights are not absolute but qualified. You will get a question like this. Fundamental rights are not absolute but qualified, which means even though the state is giving you freedom, okay, there is some limitation, which means qualified. Okay, it is not absolute. Absolute means no. Even though the state gives you fundamental rights, you cannot just violate some other fundamental rights. I mean, you cannot violate your friend's fundamental rights. Fundamental right is to be enjoyed within a certain limit. There is some limitation. Why? To protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Take the example. Even though you enjoy the fundamental rights, you cannot work against India. No. You cannot work against India because you are Indians. Right. So, see. Who knows? India might lose sovereignty if you were against India. So, to protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity, the state will somehow put restriction on you. Okay, the state will put some restriction on you. Too important. So, we all know you will enjoy the fundamental rights, but absolute enjoyment is not possible. There is some restriction. Qualified means there is some limitation. There is some restriction. For what? To protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. So, as of now, presently, we have 6 fundamental rights. As of now in India, we have 6 fundamental rights. Please remember this. Okay, so we will discuss the 6 fundamental rights today. So we'll discuss the 6 fundamental rights today. See, tomorrow the parliament can make the fundamental rights into 7. Possible. Who can change the fundamental rights? It's the Parliament of India. Today we have 6 fundamental rights. Tomorrow we can have 7 to 10 fundamental rights. So this is too important. This is too important. This is too important. Now let's see the 6 fundamental rights. 6 fundamental rights. We have 6 fundamental rights. Remember, is the fundamental rights available to the foreigners? Fundamental rights, right? We enjoy 6 fundamental rights. Is this fundamental rights given even to the foreigners? There are some fundamental rights which are enjoyed by both Indians and non-Indians, the foreigners. So now, as of now, you just write down some points. Okay. The fundamental rights which is available only to the Indians. The fundamental rights which is available only to the Indians. Article 15, 16, 19, 29 and 30. Article 15, 16, 19, 29 and 30. This is the only fundamental rights available to the Indians, not to the foreigners. The other fundamental rights are available to the both Indians and non-Indians. Please write down. These are too important. It might go for 1 mark. Okay. The only fundamental rights which is available to the Indians and not to the foreigners. Article 15, 16, 19, 29 and 30. We have 6 fundamental rights, so we'll go step by step. Okay. Firstly, we'll discuss the first fundamental right. Right to equality. Okay, right to equality. This is the first fundamental right. Article 14 to 18. Article 14 to 18. See. Right to equality, Article 14 to 18. Right to equality. Equality means what? Everyone should be equal, right? That's all. Everyone should be equal in India. That is what we mean. Right to equality means whether you are rich or poor, high or low, literate or illiterate, farmers or engineers, there is right to equality in India. So we'll discuss this. Under this, we have 5 articles, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll discuss the 5 articles today. So we'll start from 15. Article Article 14, right to equality. Just 1 point. Okay, Article 14 talks about only right to equality. 1 point. It means every person is equal before the law. Article 14 says that every person is equal before the law in India. Okay, you might be rich, you might be poor, you might be high, you might be low. Okay, every person is equal in the eyes of the law. If you commit a crime, you're going to be arrested. I'm a rich man, I'm a billionaire, but if I commit a crime, I'm going to be arrested. You are just a ordinary person, right? That means every Indian will face the ordinary laws if you commit a crime. No matter how rich you are, no matter how high you are going to be arrested. You're going to be arrested. So that is all about what we mean by this right to equality. But now there are certain exceptions. There are certain exceptions which you have to know. There are some very important person in India, exceptional VIPs, very, very important person. Okay, exceptional person. Mr. President, Mr. Governor, MLAs and MPs, and the foreign diplomats. Okay, foreign diplomats and ambassadors. There are some person in India, exceptional person. VIPs, two important persons. Mr. President of India, Mr. Governor of a state, member of the parliament, member of the legislative assembly, MLAs, foreign diplomats. See, what will happen if the governor of Nagaland, La Ganeshan, commits a crime tonight in Nagaland? Can you arrest him? I said I have mentioned only two persons, right? President and governor. Can you arrest the president or the governor tonight? No. Only after giving 2 months notice. Take the example, rape case, murder case. The governor has murdered someone, but directly you cannot arrest this person. You have to give him a show cause notice. At least 2 months, because they are two important persons. VIPs, okay, they are very important person. So you cannot directly arrest this person. It is very hard to start the proceedings against this person, because they are two important persons. MLAs, MPs, the same thing. You cannot go and directly arrest this person because they are important person. And show cause notice has to be kept 2 months. After that, they can be arrested. Alright, so it is very hard to arrest this person. One more thing, foreign diplomats, foreigners. So many foreigners are there in Indians, right? Americans are there, Australians, New Zealanders, so many people. So there are officers who are present in India to look after these people. American government will send an American ambassador to stay in India because there are foreigners who live in India to protect these people. Okay, so if that officer commits a crime, if the foreign diplomat's ambassador commits a crime in India, the police can never arrest this person. They are going to be dealt by the UN law, United Nations laws, only by the UN laws. Okay, so these are some of the exceptions. Even though there is equality before law, this exception has to be carried out. So this is the question you might expect in NDC prelims if they're going for a hard one. Exemption of this person. We all know what is right to equality. It's a basic English. Yes, easy one. That's all. That's all. Next is Article 15. This is the fundamental right available only to Indians. Okay, I think you have written down right. Article 15. Article 15 says that no person in India shall be discriminated on the basis of caste, creed, religion, sex, etc. with regard to public places, restaurant, playground, temple, etc. I'm going to explain this. Caste means you might be Hindu, you might be Christians. Yes. Creed means the color. You might be brown, I might be white, he might be red. Religion, sex. You may be a girl, I may be a boy. But all of us should never be discriminated with regard to public places. What is public places? Churches, schools, colleges. Yes. Temples, playground, restaurant. You see. Just because you are Bihari, you are denied admission in this school of MBSc. That is a violation of fundamental right. Yes. That is a violation of fundamental right. Temple entry movement in South India, especially in South India, the South Indians believe that the women in general are polluted. So the women are denied to enter the temples. That's why there is a temple entry movement. It's a violation of fundamental rights. So you should be some race somewhere you are going to be discriminated. So please remember, come, you can file a courtship. It's a violation of fundamental right. Why fundamental rights are too important? Because it is enforceable. Immediately, if your fundamental right is violated tonight, you can file a courtship, the police will come and arrest you. Yes. Suppose some of your friends have violated your fundamental rights. Now you can file a courtship. It is very much enforceable, too powerful. Fundamental right is too important, too powerful. Because it's for personal safety, personal development of an individual. It's for personal development. Yes, that's the reason. That's the reason. So now see, that is the only thing. A prohibition of discrimination. No discrimination. That's all. Yes, here, it is one point. What is discrimination? It is one simple point. What comes to your mind when I say discrimination? Yes? It means? Yes? Looking down on someone, or might be, yes, you just hit her, right? You like give him a place to sit, even in the bus mall, right? So public places means you don't have to memorize it. Just what comes to mind. Public places means the big places like playground, right? Or might be a shopping mall. Yes, might be a school, colleges, a restaurant, anyone. So no, I may be a girl, I may be a boy, I might look handsome, I might be very ugly. No discrimination. I might be a Bihari, you might be a Christian. No, we should all get equal opportunities. India is an equal country, in short. India is an equal country. Article 16 talks about only one thing, equality of opportunity. Okay, equality of opportunity. Equality of opportunity in the matters of public employment. Okay, equality of opportunity in the matters of public employment. So, what is that equality of opportunity? I'm talking about government job. Okay, I'm talking about government job. No discrimination. You may be Bihari, I may be a Christian. We all deserve to appear the NPC, NSSP, or UPSC exam. No discrimination, right? But there is an exception. I'm talking about only government job, okay, not the private job. In private job, I can discriminate you. You can discriminate me. No harm. But in government job, no discrimination. But comes the reservation. Is reservation against the violation of fundamental right? Now it's a big question to be asked. Is reservation of government job against fundamental rights? Article 16. Practically and realistically. Article 16. Yes. Here is reservation of government job in NPC or UPC exam. UPC also 7% is reserved for the ST. In Nagaland also 33% is reserved for the backward areas, backward people. Is reservation against the government? If the reservation is not more than 50%, it is not a violation of fundamental rights. Remember this. Okay. If reservation is not more than 50%, it is not a violation of fundamental rights. Now the 5 tribes have made a recommendation, even in Nagaland, right? The Ausumi Sangapizino, Ringmazino, they have made a recommendations. Reservation policy should be reviewed. Reservation policy should be reviewed. I'm talking about reservation of government job. Okay. Reservations of seats. Article 15. I'm so sorry, I missed one important point. If you go to science college, for the Nagas and engineers, there is a reservation, right? And if you go to government college, all over the India, there will be a reservation for ST, no. So, reservations of seats is known as positive discrimination. Okay, or reservation of government job is known as positive discrimination. Now I'm going to explain this. Reservation of government job or reservations of seats in the government schools and colleges is known as positive discrimination. So what is this positive discrimination? Yes. Positive discrimination means suppose you are a weak person, I'm strong. So let's give some more welfare schemes to you, not to me. Not to protect me, but in order to come in closer with the stronger person. Yes, the Kongyaks will be given more reservation in NPC post, not to the Aus. Aus, we all know, they are the most advanced men. So why do we give reservation to these people? Kongyaks, not to protect the Aus, but in order to come closer, to compete with the Aus, the reservation has been kept to these people. It is known as positive discrimination. Okay, that's why it is so important. That's why it's so important. And reservation should not be too much. 50% below. Okay. And remember, when you are appointed as an EAC, as a DSP, as an inspector, as a BDO, remember, you can practice some kind of a positive discrimination. Because you all know, see, as a government officer, you all know, Noglak area is going to be more underdeveloped than the Noglak town. Yes, the outskirt area of the Noglak village will be more underdeveloped than the Noglak town. So, okay, fund is coming, so you can somehow give more to the Noglak village. That is how your development, that is how your area will move forward, your people will move forward, your state will move forward. Okay, this is known as positive discrimination. Yes, possible. But reservation of seats in government college is Article 15. Reservation of government job is Article 16. Reservation of government job is in Article 16. Very much possible. Very much possible. But the reservation should not be more than 50%. Reservation should not be more than 50%. Please mark my word. That is short of the answer. Article 17 talks about only one thing. Abolishment of abolishment of untouchability. What is untouchability? Very simple. Untouchability is also a kind of a discrimination, okay? Untouchability means just he's a Bihari, you don't want to sit with him in the class, right? You will deny him a seat, you will deny him an admission in this college, or just even in a bus. I'm a Christian. I went to Maharashtra to study college, but I was denied a seat in the bus because I am a Christian. You see, this is totally prohibited in India. It is a violation of fundamental right. It's a total violation of fundamental right. Remember my point. It's a total violation of fundamental right. So Article 17 is totally against. Untouchability is totally prohibited in India. No discrimination. Okay. No discrimination. No discrimination is possible. That is the only thing. What is untouchability? A kind of a discrimination. All right. Next is abolition of titles. Abolishment of titles. Title means no Indians should receive any titles or hold any titles inside or outside the country. No Indians should receive any titles. No one should receive any titles from any country or even inside the country. Title means I'm a king, I'm a queen, I'm a royal family, I'm a maharaja. Not possible. India is an equal country. Right to agree. India is an equal country. No more. Not possible. What about rank? What about captain, major? Is that possible? I'm an engineer. I'm a doctor. Am I entitled to hold that title? I'm a scientist. Possible? Possible or not? Yes, it is possible. It's a rank. It's a rank. You can hold a rank. I'm a professor. I'm an educator. I'm a doctor. I'm a scientist. Possible. That is just a rank. But titles, not possible. Title means you are quite. Now, when you are king, you are going to be very much different, right? King means everybody should respect him, obey him. So no more kingship, no more queenship, no more royal family in India. It is absolutely against this. It is absolutely against the constitution. So no more titles. That is not possible. Okay, that is not possible. That's all. That's all. So right to equality is Article 14 to 18. Right to equality is Article 14 to 18. fundamental right, the second fundamental right talks about right to freedom. Right to freedom. Article 19 to 22. Okay, right to freedom, Article 19 to 22. Right to freedom, Article 19 to 22. So let's see what kind of freedom you will enjoy. Okay, right, the freedom means to enjoy. Okay, freedom for every individual. So let's see what kind of freedom you will enjoy under Article 19, under Article 19 to 22. Right to freedom. See, these fundamental rights for individual, not for the society. It's for every individual. Fundamental rights are for every individual. So let's see. We will first start with Article 19. Under Article 19, you will find 6 sub-rights. Okay, this might come in essay 50 marks. Listen very carefully. Under Article 19, this is the only article which has been divided into 6 sub-rights. The only fundamental rights which has been divided into 6 sub-rights is Article 19. Under Article 19, right to freedom, you will enjoy 6 freedom. First is, let's start with 6. I wrote this. I should have wrote this in the first one. Freedom of speech. In India, you have the freedom to speak anything. Media, as you know, even as a public, tomorrow you can publish something in a newspaper. Okay, the government of Nagaland is corrupted. The government of India is corrupted. You can see, you can criticize the government. You can speak against the government. No harm. Freedom of speech is given to every individual, to the media, to anyone. But within certain limits. If your voice, if your speech is going to create a law and order problem, you are going to be arrested immediately. Suppose you speak something, you spoke something which is against, that is going to create a huge law and order problem. You are going to be arrested. I'll give you one example. During the COVID-19, during the COVID-19, a non-Nagas, Pankaj Gupta, self-made doctor, Pankaj Gupta, he criticized our Chief Minister Rio regarding the COVID-19. He says that there is no equipments, there is no facility to look after the COVID-19 if the COVID-19 happens in Nagaland. So that is going to create a huge law and order problem when we are having an emergency problem, right? So in that condition, you're going to be arrested. On security part, law and order maintenance, the government will take action. So you cannot speak anything which is very critical to the state, to the survival of the state or the country. Or else, the other thing you can criticize anytime. India is having a war with Pakistan. You can speak against that. No harm. No harm. But the freedom of speech is within certain limitations. So remember that. Okay, very sensitive. Very sensitive. Okay, so freedom of speech, every time in the news, there is a criticism. Some media are arrested because he went too much. Yes, he went too much. Okay, media can do it. They can, but within the limits of the constitution. Next is a freedom to assembly. Okay, you can come, you can assemble peacefully without arms. It's very much possible. Okay, now see, a government servant, sometimes they go for agitation, right? Pay our salaries. Salary is not released. Is that possible? As a, is government servant prohibited from going against the government? The government servant can agitate peacefully. Okay, increase our salary. Give me promotions. Give us promotions. Very much possible, but it should be peaceful demonstration. You cannot block the highway. No, you cannot go for strike. Strike is not possible. That is against the constitution, against the law. You are going to be immediately arrested or terminated. Government servant can go up to certain limit, but peaceful agitation and demonstration might be in the directorate, might be in the secretary. All right. So it is very important. Okay, it is very important. Sometimes as a government servant, you will face this problem. Sometimes you are not promoted. Your base is not promoted, right? Your base are not promoted. Salaries are not released on time. Teachers are coming and demonstrating here in the directorate. Very much possible, but within certain limits. Okay, peaceful agitation. Peaceful agitation. Peaceful agitation. Freedom to form association. Yes, it is very much possible to form an association. Okay, you can form any type of an association. Take the example, you can form a trade union, you can form a political party, you can form a civil society, very much possible, but not the release. You cannot form unlawful activities like a religious group. That is prohibited. You can form any association, but not any association which is giving a city straight to the country and the state. Okay, the religious organizations, no, not possible. Not possible. So next is move to freedom to move throughout the country. Yes, you can move throughout the country. You can go to Jammu and Kashmir. You can go to Kerala. You can go to Gujarat. You can go to Arunachal Pradesh. Very much possible. Very much possible. Remember one more thing. Freedom to move throughout the country. Freedom to move throughout the country. What is that? What is that? Freedom to move throughout the country. What comes to mind? Freedom to move throughout the country. It means, as an Indian, you can move in any part of the country. Okay, but again, there is some limitations. The government of India or the state will never allow you to visit a very sensitive area. Yes, the government of India will never allow you to visit a very sensitive areas. What are the sensitive areas? Might be a defense headquarters. Yes. Sensitive ecological park, or might be a research science center. That is not possible. Okay, you will never be allowed to visit that because that is a very sensitive place. So there is some limitation. Even though you have the freedom to move throughout the country, there are certain limitations. Next is freedom to reside and resettle. Again, one more. Freedom to reside and resettle. As an Indian, you can reside anywhere. As a Christian, you can stay in Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, possible. As an Indian, a Bihari can also come and stay in Nagaland. Yes, possible. But there are certain restrictions. If that particular area comes under ILP, inner line permit, you see, inner line permit is available in some state of the northeastern. Yes, like Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, inner line permit is there. So in this area, you can stay only for some few months. Okay, the other Indians. This is another limitation you have to remember. There is some limitations. Even though you can move throughout the country, reside, resettle, there are some places where you have to just stay for a short period of time. Like Nagaland. In Nagaland, no. Without valid ILP, you will never be allowed to settle. And only for a short period of time. Yes. Next is, what about prostitutes and all? Prostitutes, the mafias and all, prostitutes, the drug sellers and all, will they be allowed to move throughout the country? Yes? Last bench. The drug sellers, or might be the immoral activities, the prostitutes and all, HIV AIDS, these people, will they be allowed to move throughout the country? With certain restriction, okay, on moral ground. Take the example. Suppose in Nagaland, suppose in one area, take the example, you are in one circle. Take the example, you are in the outskirt area, might be in the eastern Nagas, right? In that areas, you all know that there is so many drugs sellers or drugs users and affected with HIV/AIDS. You can arrange a safe place for these people. Okay, and you'll never be allowed. You try its best not to spread the disease or the drugs and alcohols and all. Let them stay in a very sensitive areas. Okay, that is one exception again. Even though you have to reside and resettle, you have to impose them with certain limitation. Last is freedom to carry on any trade and business throughout the country. Yes, you can do business. You can be a businessman anywhere. You can settle. You can carry on your business. Yes. You can open a restaurant. You can open a shopping mall. Yes. Any type of business you can do, but not the drugs in alcohol business. Drugs is totally prohibited, right? So this is not possible. There is an exception. So there are certain limitations. So see, if NBC is going for a tough question, they will ask this kind of question. They will ask which among the following is not a part of Article 19. Too important. Okay, too important. So listen very carefully. It's very easy, but read 5-6 times. Read 5-6 times. Which will help you to break this exam. Article 20 talks about only one thing: protection in respect of conviction for offences. It is something to do with criminals. Okay. Suppose you are arrested. Suppose you are arrested. Even for criminals, there should be some fundamental rights, right? They should enjoy some fundamental rights. Remember, Article 20 says that protection in respect of conviction for offense, that means for criminals. This is for criminals, okay? Remember, suppose Article 20 says that no person in India should be arrested except for the violations of law. Violations of law. That's all. Article 20 says that no person in India shall be arrested except if you violate the law. And you'll be punished only one time for the same offense. Only one time. You're going to be punished only one time because you have committed only one crime. Yes, I have committed one crime. So I will be arrested for that crime, but I'm going to be punished only one time. No more two times. Only one time. And no one should be forced to be a witness against himself. No one should be forced to be a witness against himself. I'm a criminal, but someone will speak for me. Yes, someone will speak for me. That's all. That's all. That is the only thing. I don't think it's very easy. It's for criminals. Why you are arrested for a violation of law? But I'm going to be punished only for one time. For the one offense. I'm never going to be forced to be a witness against myself. Someone have to speak for me. The lawyers and all. No confusion. So protection in respect of for conviction of offense means even for criminals there is a fundamental right. Article 20. Article 20 and 21 are the only fundamental rights which are not suspended during emergency. Please write it down. Okay. Article 20 and 21. The only fundamental rights which are not suspended during emergency is Article 20 and 21. Article 20 and 21 are the only fundamental rights which are not suspended during emergency. Now, let's see what is Article 21. Article 21. Article 21 talks with right to live and liberty. Here, I'm just going to give you, this is a personal liberty. Okay, these are the two fundamental rights which are not suspended during national emergency. Right to live and liberty. I'll just give you some 2-3 examples. Right to sleep. Under Article 21, I'm just going to give you 3 examples. Right to sleep, right to privacy, right to marriage. Yes, so many rights are there, okay? You might even get an essay on this. You can write so many things. So, right to sleep. You see? Tonight, suppose someone disturb you like anything. Your friends and all. They play a big music. You can file a courtship. He or she is going to be arrested because right to sleep is a fundamental right. Right to privacy. No one can ask you about your personal life. No, that is not what. That is against the Fundamental right. No one can invade the privacy of someone. The last is right to marriage. Yes. See, it's a very critical issue. Right to marriage is a very critical issue. In India, if you're 18 years, you can marry, right? You can go for court marriage. See, we all know, you want to marry your loved one, but your parents said no, you will not marry with that person, you will marry with our choices. That is a violation of fundamental right. That's why you came across some people go for court marriage, right? You got the example? Some people go for court marriage. Court marriage is a legal marriage. Yes, if you're 18 years, right to marriage is a personal choice. That's why it's right to live in liberty. I have my personal choice. Why should I go with my parents? No, that is against, that is a violation of fundamental right. That is a violation of fundamental right. That's why he or she is going for a court marriage. Very much possible. So this is a very critical issue. Right to marriage comes under which fundamental right? Take a notice. Under Article 21, right to live in liberty. Okay, so this is very clever. See the question. Read so many times. Right to electricity. Even right to electricity is a fundamental right. But see, don't you think the light is available every time? Sometimes see, that's why in Nagaland, okay, especially Nagaland, fundamental rights are violated every day, but we are not aware of that one. Or else it's a fundamental right. Yeah. Article 22 talks about one thing: protection against arrest and detention. Article 22 is also for a criminal. Okay. Protection against arrest and detention. Article 22 says that again there is a fundamental right which is available to the criminals. Protection against arrest and detention. All right. So let's see what kind of a detention. We have punitive and preventive detention. Punitive detention means after you commit a crime, after the trial in court, you're going to be arrested. Okay. Preventive means before the trial cases and before you commit a crime, you are arrested. That is known as preventive. Preventive means before you commit a crime or on a mere suspension, you are arrested. That is known as preventive detention. Punitive detention means after you commit a crime in the court, you are arrested. So now see, I might be a criminal. Okay, see, I may be like Bin Laden. You all know, right? Mr. Bin Laden, like a Bin Laden or just a terrorist attack. Ajmal Qassam. We all know 26/11. Just like Ajmal Qassam. Even though you are a very big criminal, a murderer, a terrorist, you are going to be given a free trial. Okay, within 24 hours, you have to be produced in the court. Within 24 hours, you have to be produced in the court. Okay, within 24 hours, you are going to be produced in the court. And you will be given a chance to hire a lawyer according to your wishes. Within 24 hours, I might be the worst criminal. I might be the worst that it is in this world, in India. But I will be produced in the court within 24 hours. And I should be given a lawyer according to my own wishes to speak for me. You see? Okay, after that only he is going to be hanged or he will be given in the bar, in the jail. Okay, that's all. That's all. That's all. So that is Article 22, right to freedom. The third fundamental right is right against exploitation. Right against exploitation. Article 23 and 24. Article 23 and 24 talks about only one thing, right against exploitation. So see, Article 23 says that forced labor, prostitution, beggar, selling and buying of humans are totally prohibited in India. That means prohibit traffics in India. I will explain this. Article 23. Article 23 says that what is forced labor? Forced labor means without pay. See, I can hire you. You can work in my field. You can work in my office, but you're going to be paid. Yes. Without pay, no one should be allowed to work. Or else it's a violation of fundamental rights. You are going to be arrested. Forced labor is totally prohibited in India. Forced labor. Next is prostitutions. Prostitutions, begging is allowed. No, actually it's not allowed. Okay, beggar, see, I'm just coming and begging everywhere. No, that is not allowed. Actually, it is not allowed. Okay, begging is not allowed. After that, prostitution is also not allowed in India. And next is, no matter how poor you are, no matter how rich you cannot buy a person, you cannot sell your babies. In the railway station, you came across some babies have been sold by their parents because of poverty, right? That is not allowed. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. Okay? That is not allowed. You cannot buy a person. You cannot buy a person in India. Alright? You cannot sell your babies. You cannot sell your babies. You cannot buy a babies. One more thing. Adoption is different. Okay, you can adopt. That's different. Adoption, there is a policy, but here, no. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. So this is Article 23. Okay, this is Article 23. Forced labor, prostitution, paper, selling and buying is not allowed. Alright, this is another one. Article 24 talks about only one thing. No person below the age of 14 years shall be employed in any factories to work. 14 years below. Article 24 says that 14 years of age below is underage. You cannot employ them to work in a field. You cannot employ them to work in a factory. Article 24 says, no person below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any hazardous factories. Hazardous factory, take the example of an explosive industry, chemical industry, trucks and alcohol manufacturing industry. No, you are not going to be allowed. But what about helper in your house? Yes? What about helper in your house? You have some helper, right? Under 14, underage, is that a violation? Yes, here. Is that a violation? You have a helper, is that a violation? No, it is not a violation. If it's a safe place, right? I said hazardous industry, factories. Your home is a safe place. Okay, you can keep. Okay, but do not let him work, carry on the heavy work, Your home is a very safe place, very much possible. Under 14 also possible, but not in a hazardous factory because the child is just 14. It is underage. He might be affected with the health problem, yes. So, in hazardous chemical industry, you should never be allowed to work. You should never be allowed to work. 14 years below, no. Never ever in a hazardous industry. But if he or she is under 14, and your home it's a safe place, okay, possible. But not in these kind of factories. Hazardous factory means just like an explosive industry, chemical industry, or might be trucks and alcohol manufacturing factories No, it is not allowed. Totally prohibited. You're going to be arrested. As an owner, you're going to be arrested. That's all. That is Article 24. You got something as of now? The fourth fundamental right is right to freedom of religion. Okay, Article 25 to 28. Something to do with religion. You have a religion, right? You worship. Yes? You worship your own religion. So let's see what are these fundamental rights. Okay, available to the religious person. And we have 4 articles, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Article 25 says that you have the freedom to worship, to declare, practice your own religion according to your own wishes. You are a Christian, you go to church. You are a Muslim, you go to mosque. You are a Hindus, you go to temples. It's up to you. In India, it is free, absolute freedom. Worship your own religion, declare your own religion. No harm. India is not just like India is a secular state. Okay, even though 80% of us are Hindus in India, no state religion. If you go to Pakistan, Islam. Islam is the only official religion. So if some people try to promote the other religion, they're going to be arrested or face persecution. But in India, no. It's a very good country, the safest country in India. Sorry, the safest country in the world for religion. Yes, your own religion. Declare your own religion. Very much possible. Article 26 says that every person has the right to establish his or her own religious institutions anywhere according to his own wishes. You may be Christian, you can establish your own churches in Mumbai, Delhi. You may be Hindus, you can establish your own temples in Nagaland, Manipur, anywhere. Freedom. Article 26 says that every Indians shall have their own religious institution anywhere in India. No discrimination, no taxes, nothing. It's free. You're free. Article 26. Okay, Article 26 says like this. You're free. That's all. So you'll find some temples in Dimapur, right? Chains temple, Hindu temple. Why? Because they have the freedom. Which article says? Article 26. It's a fundamental right. If you try to destroy the temples which is built by the Hindus in Dimapur, immediately the police will arrest you. Because it's a violation of fundamental right. As a Christian, you can establish your own church in Mumbai, in Delhi, Calcutta. Very much possible. Very much possible. Alright, very much possible. It is like this. Article 27 says that no taxes shall be imposed for the promotions of any particular religions. No taxes. You want to do missionary activities in Mumbai? Yes, you can go to Mumbai. The Mumbai government, the Maharashtra government should never impose any taxes on you. Suppose the Hindus are coming to Nagaland to promote Hinduism, very much possible they can promote, no taxes shall be imposed, or else you are going to be arrested. Okay, no taxes will be imposed. So it's a freedom. You do your missionary activities anywhere in India. It is absolutely free of cost. No taxes, no taxes. What about churches coming with donations and all? You give, yes, in churches, offering is coming, right? What is that? In Nagaland. You find that in churches? Yes or no? What is that? In Georgia, you came across, right? Every Sunday, offering is coming. The deacon board and all. Is that a violation? What is that? It's an offering. Okay, it's a free donation offering. Very much possible. It's an offering. Offering is very much possible. Okay, offering is very much possible. Offering is very much possible. So see, that is a voluntary donation. Okay. Offering, but why they are offering that? Why they are coming, asking you donations? I mean, just you give some rupees, right, to maintain the church. That is possible. That is an exception. Even in Hindu temple, if you go to Hindu temple, you have to pay plus 1 rupees, 2 rupees. No, right? That money is used for maintenance of the Hindu temple, because there should be someone. There should be someone, right? Who will look after these people? There should be someone who should look after this Hindu temple. It's a big one. It's a church. The pastors, they have to be paid. Who will pay the pastor? Yes. Church maintenance. Who will give? By that donations. No, that is exception. That is not a taxes. Okay, that is a donation. Taxes are different. No taxes shall be imposed. Donation, okay, possible. But it's up to you, right? If you want to give donation, it's up to you. If not, no one will impose any punishments on you. Article 28 says that no religious instruction shall be promoted in any schools or colleges which is totally maintained by the state. Article 28 says that no religious instruction shall be promoted in any schools or colleges which is absolutely maintained by the state government. Take the example, your village, primary school, right? In your village, there is a primary school. Yes, there is a primary school. We all know 99.9% are Christians because we are Nagas, right? But if one is a Hindu, he can also study there, right? So, see, Article 28 says that in that schools which is totally maintained by the state, you can never impose any religion or teaching you can never promote any religion in that schools. No, not possible. If you go to Maharashtra, the Maharashtra government have a very good colleges. Nagaland students can also study out there if it's a government college. They might provide you some reservation. For the ST, no. We all know in Maharashtra, 99% will be Hindus. So if some Christians are there, they try to promote Hinduism there, totally against the constitution, totally against the values of fundamental right. So that is not possible. No religious instruction shall be promoted. I'm talking about government colleges and schools, not the private. In private you can do it, but not in the government sector. In government sector, it is not possible. Okay, in government sector, it is not possible. Any confusion? So this is too important. In government schools and colleges, you should never promote any religion. No, that is a government college. Anyone can study. But it's not private, possible. In private schools and college, you can promote Christianity, Hinduism, anyone, possible. and 30. Right to cultural rights. Article 29 and 30. I think this is also the only fundamental rights which is available only to the Indians. Right. Article 29 and 30. Article 29 says that every Indians shall have the right to conserve, protect, promote its own language, culture and script. What is that? Article 29 talks about only one thing, culture. You should protect, promote your own language. Yes, you should promote, protect your own culture. And script means your written record. Take the example, Hornbill Festival. You have your own, you are from Aus tribe, you have the Moats. Yes, you are from Chang tribe, you are Nagdalam. If you are Angami, Sekirini. You have so many festivals. Okay, you protect, promote your own festival, enjoy your own festival. Very much possible under Article 29. Under Article 29. Okay. Article 29 says that every Indian shall protect its own language, whatever you speak. Nagamese, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, you have to protect, you have to promote. That's all. Script means your language should be protected in a written record. Okay, that's all. See, the question will be this way. The government of India announced that this year, no more Hornbill Festival in the month of December to the state of Nagaland. If the government of India announced tonight, no more Hornbill Festival for this year, for the Nagas, is that a violation of fundamental rights? Yes, absolutely. It's a violation of fundamental right. Only that kind of a question will be asked. In NPC or NSSP, okay, if they're going for a very hard question. So culture, that comes in the culture, right? Your own festivals and all, musics and all. You have your own traditional musics, log trams and all. You celebrate, you enjoy. You enjoy. Article 29. Language is the same. Whatever you speak, you protect it. That's all. Article 29. Article 30 says that Article 30 is something to do with minorities in India. We are all minorities. We are all minorities. Okay. We are all minorities. You see? We are all minorities. The minorities, just like the Christians, the Muslims, the Jains, yes, they have their own freedom to establish any schools and colleges anywhere in India. Article 30 says that only one thing. Every minorities in India can establish their own schools and colleges anywhere in India. Minorities. Special fund is available. Special fund is available. That's all. Article 30 says that every minorities in India can establish their own schools and colleges anywhere. A special fund is available. You are a scheduled tribe, you are a scheduled caste, I'm a Chinese, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a minority. I can establish my own schools and colleges. Absolute freedom under Article 30. That's all. This is Article 29 and 30. The fifth fundamental rights. Now, conclusion. The last fundamental rights I will discuss today. Alright, the last fundamental rights. The last fundamental right is Article 32. Article 22 says that all the fundamental rights are meaningless except through this right. Because the other fundamental rights in India, the 5 fundamental rights can be enforced only through the issuance of this writ. Writ means the court order. Remember, rights and writs is different. Rights means it's a fundamental rights. But when I say writs, it means it's a court order. Writs is a court order. See, your fundamental right is violated, you will approach the court, right? So, if the court give an order, are you going to be arrested? Yes. If the court give you an order, the police will come and arrest you. So, only through Article 32, you can issue a writs, a court order. Then only then other fundamental rights is going to be enforced. That means other fundamental rights are meaningless without Article 32, which is considered as right to constitutional remedies. Article 32, the last fundamental right is known as right to constitutional remedies, and it is known as the soul and heart of the Indian Constitution. Why it is known as the soul and heart of the Indian Constitution, or why it is known as the right to constitutional remedies? Because the other fundamental rights are meaningless without Article 32. Because it is only through Article 32, you can impose the other fundamental rights in India. You can enforce the other fundamental rights in India. That's the reason it is known as right to constitutional remedies. No confusion, right? Who said this? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the father of the Indian Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar says that right to constitutional remedy is known as the soul and heart of the Indian Constitution. And dear Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the father of the Indian Constitution. One mark again. So, under right to constitutional remedies, you can impose 5 writs. Under right to constitutional remedies, you can impose 5 writs. The 5 writs are habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibit, certiorari, quo warranto. These are the 5 writs you can impose. Okay, so let's see the 5 writs. Under Article 32, you can impose 5 writs. Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibit, certiorari, and quo warranto. Let's see what are these writs. It's a court of all these 5 are known as court official order. Remember this. What is habeas corpus? What is mandamus? What is prohibit? It's a official court order. It's a writs. These are the 5 important writs. So let's see. Habeas corpus is a Latin word, which means it's a court order. Okay, to arrest you. A person will be arrested by issuing a habeas corpus. It's a court order. But that person should be released within 24 hours if he or she is not found of any crime. Okay, habeas corpus is a court order to arrest someone. But that person should be released if he or she has not committed any crime. That's all. That is the only thing. Habeas corpus means it's a court order to arrest someone in India. But if she or she is not found of any crime, you will be released within 24 hours. You have the right to be released within 24 hours. That's all. That is habeas corpus. Mandamus is also a court order given to a government officer. You perform your duty. Mandamus is a warning from a court order to a government officer, not to the private. Might be a government doctor, government engineer, to perform your duties. Okay, we all know the ECU is not coming to office, the doctor is not coming to office in time. So you can file a court check, very much possible, because it's a violation of fundamental right. Public office is 8 hours. We all know, right? It's in 8 hours, 8 to 4. Yes, 8 to 4. But why? It's an 8 hours. So, as an ESC, you have to come to office. You should be in office. You should be in the station, okay? Every time now. Now you have to give up all of your life. Now you're going to be a government servant. You are for the people in general. That's all, that's all. It's a court order. Mandamus is a court order. Asking that particular government officer to come to office. Perform your job, or else you're going to be suspended or terminated. It's a court order. Warning. Next is prohibit. Prohibit means stop, right? Stop chewing tobacco or stop going to school. Stop it. Prohibit means stop it. So prohibit is a court order. It's a judicial term. It is only a judicial term. It is used only in the judicial field. Prohibit means it's a court order, but from a higher court to a lower court. Too important. Prohibit means it's a court order, but from higher to a lower court. Only in judiciary, not in any other field. We have administration, we have executive, we have so many other things, but it's a judicial term. Okay, it's a judicial term. Prohibit is a judicial term. Prohibit is a judicial term. But what kind of a order they are going to give? Take the example. I'll just give you one example. You came across jurisdiction. If jurisdiction means the area. Okay, take the example. I am a Gambura. This is my jurisdiction. In this area, I am the Gambura. Take the example, right? I am an engineer. In this subdivision, I am an engineer. So that means jurisdiction is the area. So every High Court will have its own jurisdiction. Supreme Court will have their own jurisdiction. Yes, but sometimes, who knows? The lower court will try to step into the jurisdiction of the higher court. That is not possible. That's unfair, right? The lower court can never take the cases which belongs to the high court. No, that is not possible. So in that case, the court will give an order. Stop it! That cases does not fall under your jurisdiction. Transfer the case to me. That is known as prohibit. Prohibit is a court order from a higher to a lower court, not to overtake a decision, not to overtake a cases which does not fall under its jurisdiction. That's all. I think this is very clear. Yes, prohibit is a court order, but from where? From lower to higher or higher to lower? It's from higher to lower court. When the lower court tries to take a case which does not fall under its jurisdiction, which does not fall under its jurisdiction. In that case, your case has been cancelled. Sometimes the High Court will try to take a case of the Supreme Court. Is that possible? No. But if the Supreme Court comes to the conclusion that the High Court is taking a case which does not fall under its jurisdiction, in that condition, the Supreme Court will say, prohibit. Means it's a court order. Stop it! That case transfer it to me. Because that cases falls under my jurisdiction. That is known as prohibit. Next is certiorari. If you know prohibit, certiorari is very easy. Almost similar with prohibit. Now let's see. Prohibit is similar with certiorari. It is also a court order. Okay, but here the condition is somehow different. It is both preventive and curative. Subsidiary is both preventive and curative. What is that? Take the example. The lower court has taken a case which does not fall under its jurisdiction. But the higher court has come to conclusion after only the case has been taken. Take the example. The district court has taken a case which does not fall under its jurisdiction. The judgment has been delivered. The district court has taken a case. The judgment has been delivered. And the high court come to conclusions that the case has been taken. So in that condition, what it will do? The high court knows that it is under my jurisdiction. Yes, it is under my jurisdiction. But the lower court has taken a case. In that conditions, the high court will cancel the case, which is known as curative. Although you have taken the cases, I cancel the cases. It's known as curative. Okay, why it is curative? Even though the lower court has taken the cases, who will cancel it? The higher court. Why it is also preventive? Why it is preventive again? Preventive means if the case is taken now, in the process, the case is taken on now by the lower court. In that condition, the high court can say, stop it. That means preventing it, right? That is why it is known as preventive as well as curative. Curative means the high court knows that only after the case has been taken. So they can also cancel the cases, erase the case, cancel the case. So it is curative. That's all. That is known as subsidiary. It's also a court order. Last for today, Quo Warranto. Quo Warranto is also a court order, a writ, backdoor appointments, illegal appointments of job. You see, so many illegal appointments, right? You all know, I'm a qualified engineer, but he is an unqualified person, but he was appointed as an engineer. He was appointed as a graduate teacher. So, you can file a courtship. Okay, Quo Warranto, under Quo Warranto, you can file a courtship. See, so many departments are there in Nagaland. You can go, file an FR, file a Right to Information Act, RDI Act, you can do it, okay? You can do it. So see, in Quo Warranto, someone can fight for you. You might be illiterate, you might be not feeling well, incapable, someone can fight for you in the Quo Warranto. Okay, so Quo Warranto means it's a court order to fight for illegal appointments of job, backdoor appointments, or might be unqualified appointment. Yes, he does not deserve to be a STO or GA, but he was appointed. That's all. Okay, that is the only thing. So these are the 5 reads you will come across. We will stop here for today. Okay. Tomorrow, fundamental duties and directive principle of state policies. See, why fundamental rights are too important? Because fundamental rights are enforceable. If it is violated, it is enforceable. Okay, anytime you're going to be arrested, if I violate your fundamental rights tonight, yes, like right to sleep, right to privacy, I came and disrupt like you anything, you can file a court charge, I'm going to be arrested. The court order will come. The writ is going to be issued. Writ is going to be issued. Yes, here, last point. Why it is both preventive and curative? Why certiorari is both preventive and curative? Just last point. Why certiorari is both curative and preventive? Yes, here, why? Why surgery is both preventive and curative? Because, yes, see, now with this, why should you come to class, right? I said if you have a problem, you ask. As civil servant aspirant, if you are serious, you will have so many questions. You will have so many problems. You will not run away. You will not run away. You will have so many problems. Or else you are going to enjoy. Yes. You will have a very happy life, now comfortable. That shows that you will never crack this exam. You're happy, right? So that will never lead you to crack this exam because you should have so many problems. I have so many problems. You see? You will have so many problems. I'm asking you why surgery is both preventive and curative. Yes? Why is both preventive and curative? I have explained 10 times, right? This topic I have been explained 10 times. That's why I'm asking you, and it is important for men to know. Why surgery is both preventive and curative? Not for Prohibit, it is all about preventive, right? You see so many YouTubes. Okay, you see in the YouTubes. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.